yeah. Oh yeah.
Almost got me. Almost got me. Almost got me playing air guitar.
Almost got you. Almost got you. Welcome back, everybody, to So Now Live. This is number 9. We're 9 weeks straight into the live stream game.
Number nine.
Number nine. But we had our first live clip last week. That was awesome.
We did.
Yes, we did.
That was
it
good.
did really well.
It did really well on TikTok. Yeah. No, it was a good live last week. In case you missed it, we did a little debate. Yeah, if you guys like the debates, we'll keep doing them because it seems like they did well. But before we get into that, we've got a couple things. Let's go around the table. Me and Cody went today at 5 p.m. I got off work, went to End Zone. It was nice, 75 degrees here in Boise, Idaho. We were buzzing. The fellas are still buzzing. Yeah,
Cody, is
had
that
a little
a new
coffee.
shirt?
Yeah.
That is a new shirt.
Hey, I like it. That's
Pretty
awesome.
sick, dude. It's bear
That is
pissing
sick.
everywhere.
Did you pour one out for OJ?
Okay, bud.
Diego!
Yeah.
Jail!
If the glove fits, right?
Yeah, if the glove fits.
What a weird life that guy had. And that's all I'm going to say because I don't want to
Family
talk
Guy,
anymore.
Yeah.
Family Guy special.
That's all we should say.
When Peter's like,
all
did
we
you
should
really
say.
do it, OJ?
Yeah, no, that's really all. And
I
we
wonder
got
if that's
Anthony
going to be
reading
the
a
question
fucking
that
book.
God asked him.
Wait. We have Anthony reading a fucking book on the live, like a tweet. What the hell are you doing, bud?
I have an exam tomorrow.
Well, then study.
I'm putting it away.
Real studious, huh?
Hey,
He's
921?
reading a book. 921.
hey, when was the last time you actually saw me reading a book? Let's be honest here, fellas.
You
Never.
got a point. I actually, when I saw that, I was like, okay, it's got to be like Harry Potter or Star Wars or something.
No, I'm reading
Harry
the
Potter.
NFPA. I'm reading the NFPA 921 Guide for Fire and Explosion Investigations. So
Nice.
I'm
We set
gonna
fires, fellas.
set a fire to a building, Anthony.
we're at.
Alleged satire. That's satire.
Allegedly, satire.
FBI, that's satire.
Okay.
Is it?
I'll be out there,
Anyways,
Cody.
The
think
glove
so.
Do you
fit?
think God asked O.J. Simpson, hey, man, did the glove fit? And if he answered truthfully, he would get into heaven?
God knows all.
Yeah, I don't know where OJ is.
I think
I'm
he's
gl-
like,
he's
just
looking
like-
up. I think
He's in
I think he's
purgatory.
looking
right
up at
now.
us.
He's right in the
I
middle.
think
looking up
God
at us.
went down to purgatory and he
think-
was like, hey, OJ, answer this honestly. Did the glove actually fit and it was you
I don't.
or was it not you?
I
And
don't
if
know
he
what
answered it
OJ's
no,
doing.
He
he's
knows
going to
exactly
hell.
what happened.
If he
He knows
answered
what
yes,
happened.
which we know what happened, he's going to heaven.
I don't know about OJ's
If
life.
I did it.
I mean, I do know about OJ's life. I don't know about what OJ's doing now, but what I do know is that
He's dead now.
it's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's
Taking a
truly
permanent
incredible.
dirt
Like
nap.
in the terms of like pop culture figures in America, he might be like top 20. OJ, there was a time where he was the most well-known man in the country. I mean, it was before we were all
easily.
born.
Yes.
It's crazy. And I mean,
Yeah.
for my people who are too online all the time, hey, it's me, OJ Mahomes. One of the greatest and
Yeah.
weirdest videos I've ever seen put out on the internet.
Actually,
So-
though, how
Okay.
did he die? Cancer?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
what I
Cancer
read?
did.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, in all
Yeah.
seriousness, RIP. But we should move
I
on
would say.
because we've
Yeah,
talked
no,
about
yeah.
OJ, or we've talked
No, yeah.
about
Well,
OJ
wait.
for-
I want to pull up.
4 minutes.
OJ. Hold on. This is my favorite OJ video of all time.
All right, let's make it 5.
We're gonna keep talking about it. He deserves.
I mean, it's the
recognition.
biggest thing in news today, and it just
It is,
happened to
it
happen
is.
on the
is.
day of live.
You
It
know,
is.
we're not gonna say any
I just
good or
don't-
bad things about it.
Yeah,
But
I just don't really
That's
know
all we'll
if we
say.
should incriminate ourselves.
we're not incriminating.
No.
'Cause we're not saying anything. We're just
Well,
saying.
we
Well,
might,
I
though.
OJ's
out of pocket
incriminating
might
himself. Let's be honest.
Oh my God.
Doesn't that hurt your feelings?
And you got me started.
Oh, this is the one.
Filming, OJ said to me that he had a surprise for me, and I genuinely was surprised. Just did you do it?
No, I didn't.
I think it was his idea.
Nah, why did he look into the fucking camera?
No, I didn't.
Dude, he's guilty. Guilty.
You know,
dude.
we really got to look at his brain because, like, he did play football for a while. Like,
Yeah,
there may have
yeah,
been
he
some
did.
CTE before CTE.
he played it.
Yep,
He
yep.
played in that era.
He was
of
the
just,
original
like,
Antonio Brown.
yeah, dude,
He
CTE
actually might
Some
have.
guy.
He actually
that
might
era
have
of
been the
football
OG
with-
CTESPN. He definitely might have been the OG CTESPN.
Okay.
What a life
no
that
rules
We will
in
move on
football
from
back
that. I
then.
wanted to show that video.
Well,
That video is pretty
OJ.
goated of him stabbing someone with a
R.I.P. Seriously
banana.
though. Yeah.
Anyways, but Cody,
Come on,
kick
man.
it off.
Come on,
I'm not giving him peace. Cody,
Sorry,
go
yeah,
ahead.
Sorry.
Cody, we saw on your Instagram, if you don't follow Cody, go to Whisker Fishing 208. Cody caught probably
A
the
monster.
biggest monster I've ever seen out of a human. That's not on a TV show. So
It was a
Cody,
Jeremy Wade fish. That was a
Yes.
Jeremy Wade River Monsters fish, Cody.
that was.
Yep.
Cody, you have the floor. Give us a little insight of what happened. I'll pull up the video while you're talking.
Yeah. Just like, I ended up getting Monday switched with Yaya, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to go fishing. I originally wanted to go to a new fishing hole. I drove all the way out there, and then I was 3 minutes away from getting to the hole, and the road just turns absolutely just inaccessible by Honda Accord. And I'm like, there's just no way I'm getting behind this cliff where this hole is. And I was just like, okay, now I'm going to backtrack. So I drove all the way back to Swan Falls, is where I normally fish. And there's this hole called Eagle's Nest. It's a real snaggy spot, but the water was up. And I was like, yep, there it is. And
A monster.
the
You're
water was
stroking
up.
that thing too.
Yeah, dude,
That
I
is
was
huge.
giving a
That's
little
actually
rub
That's
here
great.
and there, a little rub and tug for the sturgeon right there, making sure
What?
he's
Caught it great,
comfortable.
Cody.
what is the what? So I am a complete noob when it comes to fishing. With my experience fishing is I know how to cast out and I know how to reel in. That's about all I know. So like, how long does it take to reel in a fish this size? Because I've heard it can take about an hour, 2 hours.
This fish took about an hour and some change. I came to the spot thinking I wasn't going to be able to get. This spot is very popular. A lot of people camp out of this spot and fish for sturgeon. It's a deep hole. Water was up, so I was like, it might not be as snaggy. And I noticed that certain weights work better in this area. And I was just casting, and it was kind of hard because the wind was blowing a little bit, and it was just kind of blowing my line to where it's like, okay, the bait is to the right, but my line is facing left because the wind pushes it so far. And I just put on an entire trout. So a 6-inch trout. I hook it through the head, and then I hook it through the body, and I take the egg loop knot that I have, and I tie a loop, and I tie it tight, and I just hucked it out there, and all of a sudden I got a little tap, and I was like,
Wait,
okay.
a full trout?
Yeah.
Like how big? Like you cut it into 6-inch piece, or was it just?
No,
like a 6-inch
it came
trout?
packaged. I have like packaged trout.
Oh, you
and
bought it. You bought
their
it.
whole trout like that big.
thought you
And
got
it's
it.
great. Yeah, no, sometimes I will, but it's easier just to get bait.
Mm.
And it's perfect size to put on the hook hole. And I hook it out there, and I just get a little tap, and then all of a sudden it just keeps going. And I was just like, that's a fish for sure. And I grab it, and as soon as I grab it, it just tugged forward. I set the hook, and dude, it was on like Donkey Kong after that. Like it's like hooking into a boat. Like you think you're snagged at first. Like I'm like, you can't reel. And yeah, it's dude, I was out there by myself. There was not a soul. And I was nervous because I was like, if I get this fish in, there's no way that I'm going to be able to measure it or take any videos or pictures.
Who took the video?
A father, like a guy and his little daughter, probably like 4 years old, pulls up to this spot, and he's like, are you hooked on? He's like, I was like, yep. And he's just seeing the rod gun. I was like, I'm going to need your help here in a minute to get this fish in because there's no way I'm going to be able to take any videos. Like is like 45 minutes go by, and it's like you think you're gaining traction, and then they just take off. It's literally like the craziest thing. If you go on my TikTok, you'll see a video of just the reel going, like, and it's just zipping. Like it literally is the most insane experience ever. Like the fight and how smart and strong they are is just unbelievable. And this was a good one, and I finally get it in, and I was like, holy shit! Like this could be an 8-footer. It was very close. I think it measured at a
Sounds
little
like that.
over 93 inches. a 93.5. So I called it
How'd you
7.10.
measure it?
So I had a measuring tape.
Oh, okay. So
It-
what? Did the guy like hold the fish and you measured it, or?
Yeah,
How
he
does that
got in the
work?
water with me, and I was like, I need to measure this fish because there's no way I'm going to be able to do it by myself. And I wanted to because I was like, this is a big one. This is for sure the biggest one I caught. It was probably 7.9.5, but I called it 7.10 because it was over 93 inches, and I think we could have straightened it out a little bit. And I mean, there's a chart that some guides on the Fraser River in British Columbia put out, and it basically is like a length to weight chart. So it'll show you like the approximate weight to that fish, and a 7.10 sturgeon is 260 pounds. So
God
that fish right
damn.
there is probably 260
260?
pounds. Yeah.
You actually
That's
caught
it.
Dak Eady then?
Yeah, dude, it was huge. Like when I reeled it
Holy
in,
shit.
yeah, dude, when I
That was like
reeled it
weight
in,
and everything.
Yeah,
And
might
the
look
worst
a little
part
like him too.
the
You caught
worst
Wait,
part
how
queso.
tall was he? Or how long was he?
7.10,
Yep. Oh,
7 feet 10 inches.
Oh my god.
That's
And-
big.
Thought
That's
you just
big.
said that, Diego. Oh
And
my
there's bigger ones out there.
God,
There's
dude.
literally like they get twice. Like there's a fish out by CJ Strike, if you guys know that reservoir, where it's a fish called the Bridge Runner, and there's only been a handful of people that have hooked
Oh,
onto this fish,
man.
but they can never get it in. It's a 12 to 13 foot sturgeon, and like a 12 to 13 foot sturgeon, you're talking like a 400 or 500 pound fish. And there's a video of literally this guy, and he's a well-known fisherman, sturgeon fisherman. That dude, he got dragged down the cliff while holding his rod. The fish was so strong it dragged him down the cliff.
Where is
all the way
this?
down to the cliff. It's CJ Strike. I went fishing there this past
That's in
Saturday.
Idaho?
Yeah, it's about
Oh, okay.
an hour and some change away. It's kind of on the way to Grandview, Glens Ferry area, but yeah, that was a good one, dude. And in that hole, I know there's bigger ones. There's the guys that showed me pictures of them catching like eight plus footers, and that's the goal, is to catch one of those. But the 7.10
What's the
will do
record?
in Idaho is 10.3.
10-3, and there's one that's
I think
12
it's
foot.
10.3. Yeah, there's
How do they know it's a 12 footer?
people have seen him jump. Like when you
shit.
see one of those fish jump, like you just know it's a big one. Like Dave said, like he's all of 12 plus, and there's in certain holes, like there's bigger ones, like you'll find all across Idaho. There's holes with 10 to 12 plus footers, but it's very rare to pull one of those out. Like a lot of guys will get around the 9s, and I've heard of some dudes getting to like the 9.6, 9.7s, but the 10s are pretty rare. But a 7.10 is a dandy fish. That was a good one. Like I pulled it out of the water, and once I got it out of the depths, I was like, this is huge. And the weeds were stacking at the top of my pole, so I couldn't reel anymore. And I was like, if I try to pull out these weeds, I could snap the line right now. Because my line was like the entire reel, I have to replace the whole line. It's completely frayed and just busted after one fish. But
Yeah.
you know, it was a good one, dude. Like it was crazy. It was pretty big one.
Good job,
Oh, yeah.
Cody. Honestly,
That's
cheers
awesome,
to you.
Yeah. Thank you, boys. Appreciate it.
Good fish.
Mhm.
But you're also actually you're gonna take the floor again because you've got an announcement along with our special
you
guest
drinking?
right here. We'll see. Oh, I made him.
Espresso.
Okay. Yeah. We've got an announcement coming up though, Cody. We've also got a special guest in the waiting room if you guys haven't seen it. But here we go. We're gonna do it right now. I don't know if he's ready. Can you give me a little head nod, person in the? Okay, he's ready. Here we go, Cody. You guys can explain it however you want to explain this announcement. Yeah.
Oh, Tyler Lewis. All right.
See
Gentlemen,
Lou in the building.
how we doing?
Brother.
Yeah.
Good, man.
Brother.
How are you?
Good, man. How are you guys?
Good.
Good.
You
Solid.
making some burgers?
I was supposed to be on this thing about an hour ago, apparently, but I don't know what mountain time is, so I started grilling. And
Yeah, where are you?
Yeah,
Miami
Miami?
Bergs.
well,
I mean,
Miami Vice.
pretty similar. Sacramento. Pretty
CSI
similar. Some
Miami.
people call Sacramento the Miami of the West Coast.
Yes. And Livermore,
You know-
the Detroit of California.
hey, I've heard that some people say Roseville's the next New York. I don't know.
I've heard it.
I've also
I
heard that
believe it.
said.
I've heard that by
I mean,
yeah.
I
Someone.
say that.
Okay.
Never
Right,
heard that
right.
one.
All right, T. Lou, you want to? I'm going to let you take the floor here and tell the
Yeah.
good people the announcement that we have.
Yeah, so Cody and I will be doing our own show with Settle Down. We're not sure on the name yet. We're between two. Either it'll be This About That show with Cody and Tyler or Settle Down Radio. but essentially we're just going to do 30 to 45 minutes a week, talking about breaking news in sports, big games, big upsets, things like that, and also just kind of talk about whatever we want. So if Cody wants to talk about some fishing stuff, or he wants to talk about hunting, or if he goes to jackpot and says he got a big hit on a slot machine, like we just kind of talk about everything. So
That won't
we're going to
happen.
keep it really open.
Yeah,
and,
that's not
we're gonna
happening.
have a-
So, yeah, we need some journalistic integrity here. We can't be lying about the big hits and jackpot because they don't happen.
Yeah.
Like
Hey,
people have been saying.
victory hoagie, Sean. Victory hoagie.
Yes.
Right, Ant?
Well,
Right?
Hey, yes,
Victory
sir.
hoagie, Ant.
no, I'm excited for it. It'll be cool. But yeah, we will keep
Hell yeah.
your eye on the social media. We'll be announcing it there. But yeah, we got a new show coming.
Yeah, and I just kind of wanted to touch on that just a little bit. Just
Yep.
like Tyler said, we're going to be covering a lot of just big action news segments in sports.
Cody,
whatever
Move
that may
away
be.
from your mic a little bit.
Oh, sorry, am I a little close? Too close.
Yeah, there you go.
Um,
there you go.
But yeah, we're just going to be covering like new, just big contracts, teams moving, stadiums being built, and then we're going to be like, oh, well, if you guys want to go into the more of the analysis piece, we got plenty of shows for that. Zach, Anthony, and Keaton with the NFL talk, the Zooch and Wild with the NCAA talk, Sean and Galley with the NHL, just introducing big contract, any news stuff that we can just cover, and we can cover multiple sports per episode, and then be like, oh, if you guys want the the insider scoop, the the nitty gritty stuff, then you can turn to the boys with the more targeted pieces on sports. So
Well, also, correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys will bring on people of Settle Down as well for little pieces here and there, little insights, conversation pieces, stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to it. It'll be cool.
I
Follow
love
us
it.
on Instagram,
Go,
and you'll
fellas.
keep it up,
Yeah,
keep it updated.
Yeah.
I'm really stoked for this, especially a weekly show that can cover a lot. Because especially, we each do our own shows, right? And you can get so far in depth with those things, but like, I don't think like we've even like talked about stuff like maybe the Olympics or like
Mhm.
NBA or like Cody
MLB,
said,
even though it's just started,
MLB,
but
like
still.
some stadium stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff that
Tennis.
stuff happens. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe
Not
but
tennis.
golf. I know we might throw in some golf at the end of this live, but I know T Lou's about the golf. I have one
I'm gonna be talking
concern.
about the Masters.
I have one concern about this show. Will it just become a Michigan propaganda mouthpiece?
Well, no.
There is a 95% that will happen.
What?
Not
At
even
least
I
you're
will-
being honest, okay?
And
You know,
that episode won't be aired.
We're gonna start calling that show. It's gonna change from Settle Down Radio to the M Den, and it's just
The
gonna be all
M
that
Den.
shit.
the M Den.
the- Actually, there's a lot of other words that start with M, so maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
I can't say that. I can't say that. We're live. We're live.
No,
How are
M.
those burgers going, Randy?
Well, they're coming off the grill right now, actually.
Yeah.
Show us, man. Give us a little preview.
I need a
You wanna see
store-bought
those burgers.
cheeseburger, lady.
Let me see a bag.
I need this.
Give us a play-by-play.
You see the action there?
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
you know, American cheese is the only
Solid.
cheese that should ever go on a burger.
That's
Yeah, I'm more of a pepper jack guy, but
Yeah,
I like
you're-
pepper jack.
You're a freak.
Pepper Jack.
You're a freak of nature.
I think American's the best.
Pepper
Pepper
Jack.
jack cheese is the best cheese out there.
It is.
yes, Anthony, yes.
I don't
it
know
is.
for
I
a
think
burger,
American's the best on a burger, but
Yes.
I don't think
yes.
I agree with it's the only cheese. I think there are other
Pepper jack
cheeses
cheese
you
is
can
the
put
best.
It
on.
is the only cheese.
No,
And
No.
it, you know, it's the milk that you can't get it to melt. You can't get any other cheese to melt like you can with American. It's fat.
Yes, you can. Gouda.
Good. Mozzarella melts pretty well. Sorry.
What the hell?
That's not a
Ewing
good take.
champ.
That-
You're a psycho if you use mozzarella on a
Yeah,
burger.
you put
Mozzarella.
No,
mozzarella
no, no, I'm not saying on a burger. I'm just saying he said it's
You-
the only cheese
The
that melts
moose on a
well.
burger.
That's not what we're-
What do you want in your burger? Can I get some fresh mozz?
The fresh moose.
Yeah. What's your favorite?
in general.
What's your favorite part of the cannoli? It's either the shell or the cream.
With a side of poop.
Side of poop.
The poop
The
deli.
poop
The good old
sandwich.
heavy
Throw,
poop,
throw a little
scoop,
smear of poo on.
scoop. That little spear of poo. It's
If you
like,
can't get
My
into the poop
favorite-
talk again.
So
the mush
speaking
of
of-
New York City.
Speaking of that account, it'll be the last thing I say on that. But
Poop deli.
my favorite part with that guy's poop deli account is watching it come up in the algorithm
There's a
for
poop
people who
deli?
have never seen it before,
Yeah.
and
Dude,
people
I
are
have
like,
no clue what
"What
you're
the
talking
hell is
about."
this content?" And people are like, "What am I watching?" And then people will respond, and be like, "What? You don't want a little shmear poop on your bagel?" And the people, someone will be like, "No, I don't. Why?
Yeah, people
What?"
take that way
Like,
too seriously.
All right,
Get a full bagel?
gentlemen, I've got to go. I got to go eat dinner, but I am very excited to be
Yeah.
joining the great group of guys and me and Cody doing our own show. So
Yeah.
Brother, it's
We're
a
excited to
pleasure.
have you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
with that, I'll leave you
That's
guys
sure.
to it, and I'll be watching
Goodbye,
on.
Miami Tyler.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, see you guys.
peace,
Goodbye,
peace.
bro.
That's going to
But
be
yeah,
a good
no, we're
addition.
excited.
That's also going to be
Yeah.
a solid addition
Yeah.
just to have for these settle down lives too. That-
Yeah.
I mean, you just saw right there. But no, Tyler knows his stuff. Especially, he's exactly
Cheeseburgers,
like
yeah.
us. He just okay.
What did you say?
But
What did you say?
But especially his
Fuck,
cheeseburgers.
man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
Jesus
Sorry.
Christ.
Hey,
What?
sorry. It's like Anthony and pizza. It's
Guy
like moth
around
to a
here
flame.
need to get a damn burger. But yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm really
Speaking
excited
about
for that
Anthony,
show.
Anthony's on portrait mode right now. I wish
Yeah.
I could
He is
zoom in
looking-
on your face so I could see you. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
Anthony,
wait,
yeah, why-
rotate it like
Yeah,
that way.
Why are you on
Wait,
portrait
okay.
mode?
Landscape mode.
I
Because
don't
his
know.
phone is sticking straight up. There we go.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Maybe not.
Nope.
I thought
That's
it
the
does
best.
work.
That's
More.
Maybe not.
Settings.
Maybe not on
Camera.
StreamYard.
Wait.
Oh, he's cooking. He's cooking.
Oh,
Nope, that's not it.
Oh, that's flip camera.
Um,
It's
I'm
okay.
glad they were
Young
studying stuff on
orphan
the
starts
camera.
Fire out in
No.
the woods.
no.
You just
It-
pull it, and
there's-
it's just a
the
C's
only
candy
option-
page for
The
gummy
only
worms.
option it gives me is like the back camera, nothing else.
It's all right. It's all right. We'll
I'm
accept
doing
it,
my
we'll
best.
accept
I'm
it.
doing my best.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
We're appreciative that you're on.
Yeah.
Very,
But-
very good.
Thank you for being
Yeah,
Glad I'm
like
on.
we said, Cody, very excited to have your show coming up here
Hey!
very soon. Stay tuned
What up,
to our
Gail?
Instagram and social medias to see when that show has its first episode. So, but with that being said,
Yes, sir. Yes,
is there anything else we want to touch on before we get into the little debate here? Not as big as last week, but
I do
I
want to
don't-
talk a little golf. I will say.
We will.
Should we do that
Is there
after,
anything-
or should we do
At the
that
end, at the end.
at the
Yeah,
end?
is
Yeah.
there anything minor you want to touch on before we move on?
oh,
I don't
any
think.
small-
Maybe some
I mean-
major stuff, but nothing minor. Maybe some major.
I don't
stuff.
know. What about you, Keaton? Anything minor you want to touch on?
Yeah, that's
Sure.
yeah,
He did.
I-
I
He
think
did.
those were just
Yeah.
allegations.
Yeah, that.
allegedly.
Hey,
Allegedly.
hey,
Anyway,
hey.
allegedly there's some minor news that Keaton knows about.
This is all satire. You know, we were talking about OJ
Yes.
earlier. It's all satire.
Yeah,
Okay.
satire. Allegedly. All right. Well, we're
Anyways,
gonna talk a
John, ask the
Yeah,
answer, brother.
we're gonna.
What did I just say? Ask the question, brother.
There you go. There you go.
Mhm,
Okay, this week we're going to be talking
Mhm.
about the best playoff format. I guess I don't even know how to form this question.
Just the best playoffs in sports.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just going to talk about it a little
Yeah.
bit. You know, none of us, like we said last week, no one's going to change their mind on anything. They might, but I think we're all pretty set in our ways and what we think, and that's totally okay. But we're going to talk about it a bit. So whoever wants to go first, you can fire it off. Go ahead.
I have a question.
What's your question?
Is March Madness included in this?
Yes, it's a tournament. It's
Okay.
a
And then
playoff.
my other question is this a playoff that you're watching where your team wins it, or is it what you enjoy the most watching no matter what?
I would say no matter
I
what.
think that's just I think that's personally because I do agree with Zach that it does
Mm.
change a little bit, like playoff with your
Yeah.
team in it versus just watching
sure,
the
yeah.
playoffs as a whole, like
Yeah,
not
I can
in it.
I can start. I already have mine.
Go ahead.
Honestly, yeah, I have my answer as well.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Playoff hockey, easily. It's
Okay.
easily playoff
Zach?
hockey. It's the most electric sport all around. And if Zach wants to go, then yeah. I was gonna.
Well,
think
we're
it's
just going to
March
go around and
Madness.
say it, and then we'll,
Oh,
we'll
then, yeah.
defend ourselves. If
I'll
yeah.
say this. If the Niners were to go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl, and I got to witness that like I watched the Warriors do, then I would say either basketball or football, right? But I don't think we get to witness that every single year. And March Madness only comes around once a year, and it's so unique. I don't think there's anything that could even touch it. However, I will say playoff hockey is very, very, very entertaining. So those would be my 4 that I think I could argue, but I would go with March Madness.
Okay.
I think for me, the best format and just the best playoffs is March Madness because it is not dependent on your favorite team or even teams you follow or like being in it to be good. However, format-wise and like energy-wise, there's something, I don't know if it's better, but there's something unique about playoff baseball. The fact that sometimes it's a 3-game series in the wild card, 5-game series NLDS, and just it is like hockey in the sense that there's so much unpredictability of such a long year, and for it to come down in a 7-game series, it's something special. Now, like I think March Madness is better, and like when your team's rolling, I think maybe some other sports are better, but uniqueness. Like MLB, like, and I shit on baseball. There's a lot wrong with it, but the one thing that they got right is their playoff format.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I agree with that. Keaton?
Yep. Baseball. That's all I gotta say. I think it's the best. I think it's the most exciting playoff format. I like March Madness. Don't get me wrong. I always look forward to March Madness. But there's something about playoff baseball that just gets me bricked up there, motherfucker, man. I like tennis. I watched the hell out of the Miami Open. So, dude, I will hang through some tennis.
Yeah. Is there like a playoff? Like, I mean, I guess we can't really.
I mean,
is there like a tennis playoff?
I mean,
I have a question at the very end.
I mean, the whole structure is based. I mean, it's kind of a playoff. Like you win and you move on. You lose, you go home, right? So, basically the March Madness bracket is all of tennis always. Like there isn't like 3 days where you get to like warm up. And then the final day, it's just how many games do you win in a row, how many matches, sets, all that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. See, mine's hard because, I mean, I'm going to go with hockey just because it's just my favorite sport. But I do respect a whole lot of different, playoff types. Like I think March Madness is super fun. My problem with March Madness is the final 4 and final 2 games are just snooze fests. I think the first 2 days of March Madness is super fun. Don't look at me like that. Come on. The last 2 years it's been boring. Let's be honest.
Well, that's also
here.
because we just watched UConn go back to back, destroying teams. Like that hasn't happened since 2006.
I'll give you that. Yeah, no, that's fair. But still, like, I don't know. Even like
it's not as exciting. I'll say that. The first 2 weekends, you can get drunk for a full day watching March Madness. You can't do that with the Final 4. Even the Elite 8, you can barely do.
Yeah, it's just not. I mean, the first 2 days are incredible. I think they're fun. I don't know. Just the end just doesn't seem as fun. Baseball, I do love the World Series. NFL, I don't know. Super Bowl's fun. It's a good time. NBA playoffs.
I will say with the NFL is close for me too, because what makes the NFL great is the same way that makes March Madness great. One game. It's one game.
That's true.
Everything rides on one. That's why I think if I had to choose a third, NFL would be my third.
Okay.
But I think
Cody?
also, actually,
wait, let Cody go, then we'll talk about it.
Yep.
We'll get into it once Cody's done.
Honestly, I'm really big into the NHL playoffs. I think just the atmosphere, the fans, just the fast pace of the game just makes it so much more exciting than other sports and playoffs, in my opinion. I will say that I do love March Madness. It's the same with Sean, though. For me, I just kind of like zone out once it gets to like the Elite 8. Like I just kind of, fall out of like watching it, and it's really entertaining like the first few weeks, I think. But after a while, I'm just kind of an honorable mention would probably be baseball, MLB. Dude, I don't like watching baseball regular season. I think it's a snooze fest, but during playoff, like I will watch a game series like Dodgers versus the Giants, like, two really, tough teams going at it. Like I think MLB playoffs is really entertaining. I think the crowd really gets into it. Like I said, I think it's top tier, honorable mention in my opinion.
Okay. Zach, you want to say something?
I will say though,
I
think
was
there's a
just
lot of
gonna
variables
add-
to this. Go for
I
it.
was just going to add one
wants to
more
go?
thing. I wanted to say the NBA playoffs is probably my second favorite because I think it's so exciting. But I'm honestly going to stick on the baseball path. But I'm going to go men's and women's College World Series.
That
I
is a
think-
very unique format. That's another thing
Yeah.
that makes it
Ooh,
College
unique.
World
like
Series
that.
is
Because
so
I like
fun.
that.
It's one of the
I like
only
that.
ones that goes on the pod system. So Keaton,
Yeah.
there might not be people who even know about the College World Series playoffs. So I'd just love for you to
Mhm.
explain how the playoffs are set up because it's unique to every other sport because it's like pods and you have to win. It's almost like every city has its own tournament, and then
Mhm.
these
It's
tournament
like,
winners, you keep moving up in the tournaments.
If you guys watch, if any of you guys are familiar with Little League World Series, it's kind of a similar structure. Each team plays basically they play their conference tournament, and then certain factors can get you into a regional, and then you play a super regional, and then from the super regional you have to be able to qualify for the College World Series tournament. And so the College World Series itself is 6 weeks long, but the actual College World Series is I think 8 teams that actually make it, and they have to get through tournament, regional, super regional, and then actually in the College World Series. And by the end of it, it's best of 3, and it's always exciting because by the end of it, you start getting the trash talking, and there is straight up close to brawls that will happen. So
I also think it's unique that it has a double elimination, which is something that no other, I think, sport, unless I'm mistaken, that
No,
at least
you're right.
none that we've named is right. With the NBA, I do agree that the games itself are very exciting. I think a lot of people's problem with the NBA playoffs, and is why it's not up high for me, is that the outcomes are more predictable than any of
That's
the
what I was
other
gonna say.
sports leagues playoffs.
Yep.
And yes, because the games are great. Let's say the 7 seed plays the 2 seed. The 7 seed, you could get 2 absolute classic games in that 2 versus 7 series. 2 or 3 absolute classic games, but then the 2 seed could still win in 5 or 6, and it's kind of almost, I don't want to say lost to history, but the outcome is still there. You know what I mean? And I think that's why when people rank these, why we rank these, the NBA is sometimes forgotten in that sense.
The NBA is?
Yeah, the NBA is forgotten in that sense because the outcomes are much more predictable than any of the other sports leagues. And I think it also why it hurts the NFL, because the NFL has the largest bye system. The 1 seeds get a full week bye, which is a quarter of the playoffs to win a Super Bowl. They have to win a quarter of the less games to get the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I will say the NBA for me was largely pretty boring altogether. I think what has really made it enjoyable for me is the addition of the play-in tournament. Obviously, if Golden State's not in it, I'm not shitting my britches like I am when they're going to play it. But I think adding an excitement through a 7 to a 10 seed matchup, especially making it a single elimination game, almost kind of creates this scarcity environment, and just makes it. I'm not touching.
I hit the wrong button.
Just makes
I meant
it
to unmute.
okay. Jesus. I was I'm not touching it. I'm not
He was
touching
trying to
anything.
mute himself?
Yeah, I was going to take a big chug of water.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to go on live, so I tried to mute my
Could you
mic.
imagine if you just zoomed in on yourself and just went...
Yeah, no, that would not have been good. Honestly, for half a second, I thought it was just me viewing it. Oh man, well,
Yeah,
not like this is live or anything, right?
No.
Yeah. Sorry, Keaton. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think it creates a very exciting atmosphere, especially because you're able to get those teams that wouldn't normally be in the playoffs, which old heads are gonna say suck.
Oh. Uh-oh. What happened?
Are we good? Am I good?
Yeah.
What's going on?
We are
bro?
My camera
happened?
just my
Sorry
camera
for
just
setting
died.
off
My
that
camera just died. My camera just died.
Oh.
Anyway, so yeah, it's just
You're
I
geeking
think
right
I think
now.
it creates really exciting atmospheres, especially for teams that normally wouldn't be in the playoffs. They now get an opportunity to be in there, and we kind of saw that last year with a few teams. And I like Miami's a perfect example, making it to that 9 seed, playing in a play-in game, and then still being able to make a finals run out of it. So it creates a little opportunity for those teams that could make some noise.
Yeah. No, I like the play-in tournament. I feel like that was a good addition. And it's not like, I mean, I guess I like the NBA Finals when the Warriors were playing. It can be exciting. It really depends on the year, honestly.
Mhm.
I feel like just for NHL, like it's usually consistently pretty exciting. I mean, the final this year was kind of rough with Vegas kind of steamrolling the Panthers, and the Panthers are kind of hurt. But the whole playoffs, like in general, it's hard to debate this because I think, what are you half smiling at, Zach?
Nothing. I just like the excuses, man.
What? That they're hurt?
Florida was hot.
Okay, Niners boy. What was the problem this year that they faced, huh?
Oh, they were
Faced
hurt
the goat.
too.
Injuries, they were hurt.
Face the goat.
Oh yeah, they were hurt. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's
Hey,
a
I didn't
typical
say we were
excuse.
hurt.
That's not what I
I
heard.
didn't say that.
So
I
for
wasn't in
for
the game.
hockey
Hey!
people, for the hockey people,
I
I,
did
have a
not say
question
that.
on why.
I said we faced
because
the goat.
What was it, Diego?
I know for hockey, it's a lot of people will say the hockey playoffs are the best. A lot of people who don't even have hockey as a top 2 or 3 sport will be like, oh, but the NHL playoffs are great. I like the NHL playoffs.
Lewis.
What
West Virginia
about?
turned it up.
I am very pumped for 300. We might talk about that after
be a good
this,
one.
Roberto. I am
It'll be
psyched
good.
for that. But with the NHL, what about it? And what I hear the most, and you guys can agree, disagree, add something maybe more clarifying, is that it's just different. The games are just different. How is a playoff game different than
Yeah.
a regular game? And don't use the word intensity because every playoff has higher
No,
intensity.
you're right. Okay. I mean, do think playoffs are different. I think teams. Man, it's hard not to use intensity. The games are more physical, though. They're definitely a lot more hard hits than there are in the regular season. Obviously, there's still big hits in the regular season, but everyone is finishing their checks in playoff hockey. And I think just, the atmosphere that they're in, the stadiums, arenas get loud. I don't know. It's a different feeling, I guess, that you get because, there are, in theory, little Cinderella teams, you can call them, that kind of make deep playoff runs, and kind of similar to March Madness gets these attention to these teams that make these deep runs. Sometimes it does happen in the NHL where these teams you don't expect make a deep run.
Yeah, like
I got one too,
Boston
Sean.
Bruins.
I got a point as
Boston
well.
Bruins
All
making a
right.
deep run
No.
last year.
They didn't. They made a
They didn't.
shallow run. Go ahead, Ant.
We choked it. Another thing too is that anything can happen in NHL playoffs. For example, last year, the Boston Bruins, by far the best team in the NHL, broke the regular season record and lost in the first round to the Florida Panthers.
That makes sense.
Anything.
So would you say
and anything
it's
can
almost
happen?
like it's
and
almost
I
like
think
that-
that's the cool thing about
it's
it
the
too.
unpredictability of hockey in itself. It's even even though it's a 7-game series, it still
like
almost feels like maybe if it was a 5-game series in base, like a 3-game series in baseball or 5-game series in baseball is the same as a 7-game series in the NHL, in the sense that there is so much more unpredictability in hockey because a team can shoot the puck on goal 10 times and score 3 goals, and a team can shoot the puck on goal 26 times and score 2.
Yeah. Well, I think I don't know. I'm thinking of an example last year. Even that Boston Florida series, there's a couple games that it literally could have gone either way. And
a lot of those games
even
went
the
in
Panthers,
overtime too.
Yeah. The Panthers
Hockey
swept
overtime
the
is 6.
Hurricanes.
That is also, I think, you have to add that into the
Yeah.
hockey playoff mix, is the sudden death overtime.
Yeah. They that Panthers and Hurricanes series. Panthers won in 4, but those games were incredibly close, and it literally could have been a 7-game series if Carolina had scored a couple. I guess it's the predictability. Some of the rivalries within, if they meet in the playoffs is pretty awesome, like Sharks versus Knights. We all know how that went. But yeah, I mean, that's, I don't know if anyone else has anything to add on hockey, Cody or anyone, but
Yeah, Cody, do you have anything else on that?
I mean, just kind of going to what Sean said, the physicality is just off the charts in the playoffs. The people that gets me fired up. When guys are just skating, just boom, bam, just some guy just comes in, just absolutely lights them up. You know, that the fights, the chippiness, you know, you go back and you watch the mic'd up videos. It's great. Hockey lingo is just so, like, you hear these guys chirping at each other, and it's the greatest thing on earth. Like, it's their own lingo. I think it's a little bit more fast paced. I feel like the players are just putting in so much more effort because of the unpredictability. I think that makes hockey very, very unique is the unpredictability. It's like any team could really just come in and beat any team, especially in the playoffs. It's like, you know, you're a higher seed, you ain't got nothing to lose. Go in there and play hockey. I mean, it's hockey. You know, it's not. Okay. I feel like it's hard to compare that to other games of unpredictability, like where it's like if you're in the NFL, you know the dominant teams. You know on Sunday, you know any given Sunday, but you know coming in on a Sunday, if a team is playing another team, you know how it's going to end in most situations unless they absolutely shit the bed. But in NHL, I think it's just way different. So, yeah, I think it's just the unpredictability of the game and the fast pace and obviously the overtime rules. The overtime and the shootout, I think it's just a great.
There's no shootout in playoffs.
There's no shootout.
No shootout in playoffs. But yeah, the overtime is great.
Zach,
I think
you say?
Adding more overtime really puts the icing on the cake.
I have one more thing after Zach.
So I have a couple takes. Number one, I think it really depends on the situation you're in. If you're watching the Warriors with a bunch of Warrior fans, that's probably going to be the most entertaining playoffs you could watch. Or
but would you say that about like any playoff that your favorite team's in is going to be like your favorite?
Yes. If I was to
I don't know.
watch the Niners
I don't know because
play 3
Zach,
straight games to get to the Super Bowl with my dad, and it's like the environment where we're both yelling back and forth, that's a thing that's like sentimental to me. That's why I enjoy it, like watching my dad. But if it was like me watching at home and it's like a blowout, and this is what I'm getting to, hockey I think is really entertaining to most people because there aren't a lot of hockey blowouts in the playoffs. You can watch a Niners versus Cowboys game, let's say from the last 5 years in the playoffs. It's typically a blowout, or they're winning by like 10, 14, 17, where you know by halftime the game is over. Hockey is typically entertaining from basically the first whistle on. It's not like someone's going to win 10-1 in the playoffs. And if they do, it doesn't really happen that often. And that's what I've kind of seen in the playoffs with hockey. That's why I think it's entertaining. And then the other thing with what I think is the most entertaining, March Madness, I think it's the most entertaining because it is the most unpredictable. And I can see the argument with the NBA being too predictable and the NFL kind of being too predictable as well, which, again, I understand it. But, again, I think it really just depends on the team that you're rooting for and if, they're playing. If you're a diehard fan, you're watching Niners win, which I haven't. But if I was to, like this last year, going to the Super Bowl, that was the most fun I've watched a team have in a while. Like that's the most fun I've had watching a team probably ever, besides the Warriors winning.
What team? Sorry.
The Niners this last year.
Okay.
Now, if they would have won it, I think that would have probably been number one, But, I mean, the Warriors run is tough, but okay. Stop.
So why?
The Warriors run, I think, was hard as hell, dude. That was fun as hell to watch. Like, honestly, that was a good time. But I think the playoffs general with hockey is really entertaining besides March Madness. I don't really know what's happening. Okay.
Queso has joined the stream.
What's up,
Queso?
Dude, you need to pull some hair strands out, please.
Yeah. Your hair is non-existent right now. Yeah.
Wendy, wait. Wendy?
Want a balloon?
Wait, Wendy's? Wait, you got Wendy's?
Yeah.
Yeah, Wendy nuts are in your mouth.
That was a banger.
Dude, he hit him with the oldest trick in the book. We're talking best sports playoffs, Yaz. We've been chit-chatting a while. We'll let Anthony go first, though, because he's been waiting to talk.
The only other thing I was going to add on to playoff hockey was, I don't know why, but it seems like whoever is announcing the playoff games, if you're watching on TV, it seems so much more energetic coming from them. And I think that's another thing that I love. And I don't know. including the
Announcers,
physicality and
yeah.
everything. Yeah, like I think
that's
that's
fair.
a huge add-on to it.
Sure.
But
I
I
think
don't-
you
I don't
kind of
really
get
get
that in
that
all playoffs, though.
yeah,
I don't. Yeah, you do, and
I
maybe
think
that's
with
just
the
because I
NHL
like
though,
hockey the
Absolutely
most. But it
one
just
Yeah,
just what
I'll
I
say
see
one
out of
thing
it,
with
too.
the NHL is that, for better or for worse, maybe not as many of their games are on national television. So these like the best
Regional.
announcers are the national TV guys, right? So like Anthony said, for the majority of NHL games, you're probably watching the local broadcast and the local team, which is fine. But then when you get to the playoffs and you can hear let's call it for better or for worse, the A team, when the A team calls it and it's the A team
Yeah.
presentation and everything.
I don't know
Like-
though.
I don't know, but I think I think March Madness is the best.
Yeah.
For what I said earlier, I don't think it's dependent on a team. I think the unpredictability of it is greater than that of hockey, and I think the thrill of the end of games in March Madness is greater than any thrill ever.
Yeah.
In terms of maybe not ever.
I
I don't
agree.
know.
I
I
agree.
feel like there's some other thrills in life that are better than that. At
I
least
think
I hope so.
also
But
that basketball
sports-wise,
and-
maybe. Sports-wise, maybe.
I think basketball and hockey and a fast-paced sport like that has the advantage in playoffs because you don't go multiple minutes while watching a game and get bored. Like that just does not happen in hockey and basketball. It happens in baseball. It happens in football. It happens in most sports, But hockey, yes, it does happen in baseball, Keaton, if that's what you're going for.
Brother, I'm watching the Warriors game.
Oh, okay. Sorry. But yes, it definitely happens.
Super locked
those,
in here.
But yeah, dude, I don't know. I mean, it's a good argument for sure. March Madness is like nothing I've ever watched, honestly.
My
It's different, bro.
favorite postseason tournament, Little League World Series. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
That's
That
not
was
a bad
crazy
one.
take.
Hey,
Yeah, that's
you have-
not
not horrible.
That's not. That's
ever
not
gambled on the
horrible.
Little League World Series?
No, I have not.
Jesus Christ.
Me neither, but I got
Not
some
yet.
connections.
Okay. No, my actual pick
Thrill us.
is the
Throw the
men's
house on
college-
Japan, eh?
Okay.
Chinese Taipei.
Yeah.
Or you get that like Caribbean kid who's like 6'8"
Yeah.
and he's 12 years old. Yeah.
No. All I gotta know with Little League World Series is if a Little League is from Southern California, you put the house on them.
Yes.
That is a travel ball
Yes.
team. That's not a
Yes.
Little League team if they're from Southern California.
It's like the A's minor league system or something.
Okay.
Anyways,
Ouch.
my favorite playoff time or like playoff series or whatever is the men's college world series because you go from the regional like college baseball. I'm also a baseball fan, college baseball fan. So it's like you go regionals, whatever. You have the 16 seeds, and then you go supers. Super regionals are lit because it's best 2 out of 3 of like 2 of the best teams in the country, basically. And then you have the College World Series all in Omaha, and you have the top 8 teams that have been playing all year, and then they just like duke it out. And there's like so many good moments of like the College World Series. Of like the College World Series is like the March Madness for baseball, basically.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like similar things. Like you don't get the same matchups you normally do during the regular season, or like the end of games are super exciting. I just feel like it's the most exciting baseball gets, more than the MLB playoffs.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question. If you were to decide between college sports and pro sports, which one would you choose and why?
Me?
You could only watch one for the rest of your life. All of you guys. Which one are you choosing?
Oh,
College.
college.
Instant.
I mean,
For me,
because
it's
I
no
gotta be
question
honest.
that.
Like the
No NFL, no
the-
NBA.
Wait,
The
wait,
main
wait,
thing
clarification.
the
Clarification.
main thing-
Clarification.
Yeah, go for it.
Does it count? So you're saying if we have to pick either professional or college, and that's all we can watch across all sports?
Yes.
I'm picking pro.
Dude, this is
College.
tough. That was crazy. You said instant.
So
actually
what's
was thinking
tough-
About this. I don't
What's
know.
tough for me is that 49ers, that literally is like, that's what, like, that is the only bargaining chip that pro sports has. Like, in this argument with me, is
For
the
you,
49ers. Like, not watching the 49ers would suck.
I
Nah,
couldn't tell
college
you-
college sports though, man.
I couldn't tell you the last time
We're
I
gonna stay
watched a
on brand
Broncos
college.
game
Yeah, I'll
all the
choose
way
college.
through. or even
I feel like it would be.
the last
I feel like I had
football
to choose
game I
college.
watched professional was the Super Bowl, and before that, I
That's
couldn't
all
tell
the
you the
one.
last time.
Okay.
I
So
couldn't.
that was the last
before
professional
that,
football
before that,
Okay.
I couldn't tell you the last time I watched a NFL football game from start to finish,
Okay.
and that's just my own
That's
personal
fair.
opinion.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, for
see,
me, in
like,
college sports,
The
yeah,
thing about pro
That's
football though
tough,
is that
dude.
it's on multiple days a week too, like Mondays. Or,
Exactly.
that's tough.
And let's
Then
be
you,
honest.
like-
Are you watching college basketball when it's not March Madness?
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm a
religiously,
sicko like
religiously.
I'm a
Yeah.
sicko like that.
Diego's
I'm
a
sweating
sicko,
out
yeah.
of San Jose.
UConn at 7 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Yes.
Just random.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yes.
waking up and I
Absolutely.
watch
Hey,
Seton
that's
Hall
not-
at
that's
10
not-
a.m. I watch Seton Hall St. John's 10 a.m. game CBS Saturday mornings.
Yep.
Okay.
yeah,
Georgetown,
In the Prudential
Georgetown
Center.
Hoyas versus Georgia Tech. You know,
yeah.
that type of atmosphere. Just nothing going on, nothing burger.
Hey.
I don't know.
Shout out to UConn, man. That was a good win.
That was a good take, though.
Yankees, Rangers, and Giants.
That's
Nice.
epic.
UConn
Sorry,
Yankees and Giants fan. Man, your life must be great. UConn Yankees and Giants fan. Holy moly! If only you
Wow.
were. If only instead of a Rangers fan, you were a Bruins fan, and then you just have the quadfecta right there.
The
Yeah.
quad.
Oh,
fact-
New York Rangers. I
Rangers
thought
are
he
good
said
this
no.
year, though. So
Rangers are.
Yeah. I don't know with that debate. I would see it be tough because I love the NHL, so I'd have to leave out. But I do love college football too. So I'm kind of stuck in the middle here. Cody, you're kind of like me on that. What do you?
I'm kind of in the middle too, bro. I don't know. That's tough.
I mean, it would be really tough not to be able to watch the Niners like ever again. But that's like I said with Diego. That's like, I mean, obviously it would be tough to not be able to watch Montreal as well. But they ain't really much to watch right now. So, it's kind of like
Fair weather fan.
okay, Oakland A's. But yeah, I mean, like it just kind of bounces back. I mean, it's. I would hate to never watch, the Niners or Montreal again, but I couldn't. I really think I would like lose it if I wouldn't be able to watch my Sooners play on Saturday.
You
So
can say, what do you do
All
on
right.
Saturdays?
He's depressed because they lost.
There is one thing. This is like a little off topic. Society has deemed it acceptable to watch NFL all Sunday. But when I sit on my butt and watch it all Saturday, society expects me to do something productive because it's a Saturday. Why don't you go outside? No, I want to watch 9 a.m. TCU Oklahoma 49-42 game.
Yeah.
That's
Like-
fair.
That's a great take.
Oh,
Austin.
Then
watch a
walk
Big
to the
12 straight up.
stadium and go to the Boise State game.
Yeah,
That's
that's
fair.
fair. Honestly, I don't know if I can answer that, Zach, because it's too tough. Like
It's
the two
probably
sports I
college
really
for me.
like are separate. Like I don't
Yeah.
know.
You
I
are
have
in the
to pick
middle.
pro though.
We got to take into account watching it live too, because watching any college sport live to me, hey, I'll be completely honest. I think it's low key better than watching most professional sports. I've gone to a couple Niners games. I've gone to
The environment's
49ers
better.
games at this point.
Oh,
The
shoot.
whole
It's not
environment
as
is better.
entertaining as a Boise State game, and it depends on the seats, but it just isn't.
The thing that pro
Alright,
sports
I will-
I think
I
has
will
too
say
is just
to
accessibility to all.
yeah.
And I'll let Keaton go. Like
No,
just
no,
more
you're good.
games
I'm
you'd
sorry,
be able to
yeah.
watch if you chose pro.
That's-
I was just gonna say,
Chose
I mean,
college.
to
I guess
that
technically
point-
college, yeah.
I mean,
You
I'm
should
going to
watch
say
in
to
St.
that point.
Bonaventure. Jeez.
I think, I mean, my experience at like professional arenas are like Seahawks, which is one of the greatest atmospheres of any major or like major sports crowd. But like, I don't know, Boise State crowds don't do it for me, mostly because halfway through the game, even if we're like in a decent game, the fucking fans, they just leave. They just like a lot of the high schoolers
Yeah.
just dip and half the stadium gets empty. And I'm like, really?
Yeah,
Like, I know it's free, so you're not like financially tied down to this game and like invested in it. But like, even when I went to a Warriors game at Chase Center and I was in the standing room only, it was a comeback game and the whole stadium was rocking. And I was like, I like college sports. I've only been to a Boise State game is like my only experience with college sports other than college basketball. So I don't know. College just doesn't do it for me like professional does, but that's
See,
also because
I
I,
think
go to
I
more
said that
professional
with-
games.
I think I said that with football in mind because when I've gone to basketball games, Warriors games have been way more entertaining than Boise State games. But I will
Mhm.
say I've gone to Niners games and I've gone to a couple of Raiders games, but I've been in like the nosebleeds, and they
Mhm.
weren't very good games. So I guess it really depends. But it's also like, dude, the amount
I
of
was-
games to
The
watch.
Raiders
I-
versus
I agree
Steelers,
with
that-
I will say the Seahawks Eagles
Different.
game on Monday night was the
That was
craziest experience
That was
of my
crazy.
entire life. To experience that live, I can't, bro. I literally felt like you could see the window that I was sitting in shaking,
Exactly.
and I was like, I can't
That's what I'm
get this
saying.
back. Like I can't.
Yeah,
replicate
Keaton,
it.
I agree with that because like it also
So-
depends on what games you have been to.
Exactly,
like you said,
exactly,
like
exactly.
you sat in the nosebleeds, wasn't a good game, whatever. Like the LSU game that I went to, it was a comeback. It was the
Yeah.
largest LSU
Yeah.
comeback win. It was rocking since 7 a.m. Like, okay, fuck you. But
There
it's
he
like
goes
it's
mustard.
different.
There he goes glazing.
Okay. But it's like true.
Get
It's
the
like
donuts.
if you go to a game and it's like boring,
Yeah.
you're not gonna want to like be
That's
itching
true.
to go back.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
that's fair. I mean, because we could say like, what was the score of that Tennessee Carolina game that you went to?
It was like 45-20 or something like that. Like Tennessee like killed them eventually. But it was close in like the third quarter.
Okay, because like the one me and Cody went to, that one was rocking the entire game, but it was a
21
close game and it
It was
came down to the end.
21-13. So
Yeah,
it came down to
It
the
came down to the
wire.
end.
So that place was rocking. Rocky Top
Man.
was going off.
I remember the lefty QB from A&M, man. He should be playing at a Division II. That guy was
He scored
brutal.
it at
It was a
LSU.
dude. We were watching. I was like, oh, look who's on the
He's god
sideline.
awful.
Head coach,
Yeah.
Texas A&M. I was like, I see him in the flesh. I can't
Max
believe it.
Johnson.
That is actually
Horrible.
awesome to see Jimbo in person.
Jimbo
That's a
Fisher
dream
in
of
person,
mine.
I saw him
That's a
with
dream of mine.
his hat, his khaki pants. Dude, I was like, oh, he's ready to go with his windbreaker
Scores
and not
it.
win a football game.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
It was 21-13 with Skyball Milton.
Skyball Milton.
Went to
Mozzarella
UConn,
Milton.
South Carolina.
Oh, wait. UFC. That is actually, that opens up another can of
shit.
worms I think I'd like to discuss. I've never been, I mean, I
Haven't
watched
either.
a guy in my fraternity fight like in a semi-pro fight, but that was like in front of like 1,000, 2,000 people. But
Mhm.
to go to a UFC in person, I think would be insane. I've been in
Yeah.
Vegas during a UFC fight. It was when I was real young, and if y'all remember this, it was Weidman Silva won
Damn.
when
What a-
Silva was like toying with him, and then he gets clipped by
No,
Weidman. I was
God.
in Vegas. I was in Vegas for that.
That was what a
Walked
crazy
around the
game. You
MGM
were
that
young, though.
day. Yeah, I was like in 7th grade, 6th grade,
Yeah.
probably. But like we were able to like talk to a security guard who was like real friendly, and like it was like 10 hours before the fight was starting, and he was like, yeah, you guys can like walk in the stadium for 4 or 5 minutes. And like so like I walked around like MGM Grand Arena.
Showboat,
Like
man.
going to a UFC
Showboat.
event, I think would be
That would be
insane
cool.
to go to in person.
That'd be
That would
really
be
cool.
hella
I
fun.
know
The thing with
Zooch has
UFC
been to a
Can't check your
Zooch has
phone
been
though.
to a what's it called? Yeah, no. Zooch has been to a Conor McGregor fight, which was loud and rocking in Vegas. Love to hear what he had about that. Does anyone know? Speaking of it, Diego, do you know why Zooch is in Vegas right now with Jess?
Wedding.
Wedding, right? Okay, I wasn't sure if he was going to UFC 300 or something.
No, but he
But
said
yeah,
that
UFC
has
event-
made he Zeus said that has made flights and hotels a pain in the arse.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I bet.
yeah. No, UFC event would be fun to go to. I've never been, even a small
Neither
one.
have I.
I went to Front
One-
Street Fights, Boise. Pretty fun.
I will say another fun pro sport. So okay, in this argument, I think is this all professional sports or just professional team sports that I would have to choose?
I think
Are you gonna say
professional
the
solo
Masters?
sports
I feel like
definitely
I feel like I
gotta
know where you're going with
put
this.
that in
Diego.
another
Yeah.
category.
Because if I can't watch UFC or golf, then I have to choose professional.
Mm.
Like
Team
That's true.
sports, then. Team sports.
then I guess
I don't
college.
necessarily.
But
I don't
Tell you what,
necessarily
going
think
to
that's fair.
going
Sunday
to a,
final round of the
yeah.
Masters. That's special.
yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say
That'd be
going
so
to a
fun.
PGA. I went to my first PGA event this February in Phoenix at the Waste Management. I will say like golfing events, it was really fun. I got to go to 2 days, Thursday, Friday, and
Mhm.
it is fun, especially at a tournament like that where if you want to just get like drunk all day and party, you can do that. But like I spent the like entire morning on Friday, like I just walked straight to the back nine. I followed Scotty Scheffler for 3 holes, Like it was so awesome. Like I got real close. I dropped that picture today in a couple chats. I'm taking credit for all of Scotty's successes this season because he saw me throw up the fist right before his second round on Friday.
Oh, there's
So
in real life.
That's funny.
yeah, like
This is a great segue.
like Zach said in the group chat, he was probably like, what the hell is that guy doing at 8 a.m.? But hey, we fired him up. Oh, horse racing.
Oh yeah, dude, horse racing.
Oh
would be
my gosh,
fun.
we
Only
forgot
horse
about
racing
that.
Is
Kentucky
I
Derby.
Think about that.
go to the Alameda County Fair and
Alameda
placing
County Fair, baby.
placing $3 bets a race.
That's
That
funny.
is, you know the
Yeah.
Uncle Buck.
yeah, that's right. But no, with the fair, you know, I think I read somewhere, and this is super obscure. Before we talk more a little bit about just Masters and golf, but I saw somewhere that what the hell? I saw somewhere that the Alameda County Fair is about to like this summer, like the horse racing is supposed to be like a league up from what they were because Golden Gate Fields is like not running as many races. So like all of like the extra stuff is like getting pushed to the Alameda County racetrack. I don't know. That's just a random fact. We can talk about something else.
Cool.
Sorry, that was
Anyway,
that was
so
an
it's a good
obscure.
segue. We had a good
that was
segue into the
East
Masters,
Bay.
though. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was just like the East Bay
Anyways.
News right there. I'm sorry. I
East Bay News.
I reserve the next couple minutes for you guys to talk.
okay.
That's on
We-
me.
do we want-
Left hand up,
Oh,
hand
it was a
up.
good
We're
segue.
gonna get better. We're gonna get
It's a
better.
good segue into the Masters, though. We were talking golf for a bit, and then you started talking about whatever you just started talking about.
Why is that?
God damn. Mute yourself.
Sorry,
Do you have the mic on your throat? My God.
I'm using my AirPods. I can't plug in my actual microphone to my phone. I can't.
Okay.
God,
What's the shape of
that's
Italy?
funny.
Just boot me.
He's so pissed.
Okay, so do
Ego.
we
Anyways.
do we
Let's talk
hop
some
into
Masters.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tiger.
I don't.
He's
I'm-
on the prowl.
So
I love it, man.
Wind is the is going to be the main enemy for the next 3 days. Is today averaged about 17 to 19 miles an hour
Insane.
on and up to like 20 on some of the greens. Tomorrow's going to be up in the 20s to 22s. But yeah, man, Bryson DeChambeau had a monstrous day, shooting 7 under through 18.
Firing.
Isn't he the big guy?
Scott-
Big?
Yeah, massive.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's two.
He's the one that
And
said,
Brooks-
I eat bacon
I
every
will
day
say-
or something like that. Or
Yeah.
was that Brooks
So
or something? He's like, I eat
I
bacon.
will say
I
he
don't
had
know.
a really, really cringy response to the first question he was asked.
I
Someone
don't
asked
know.
him,
I
they
wasn't.
were like, what did you do to put yourself in like a successful position? He was like, oh, I just hit the ball in the right spots.
Brooks or
Yeah.
Bryson?
Well, I mean,
Bryson. I'm
Bryson.
like,
Bryson.
what?
Brooks.
oh, they're both
Brooks had
kind of
a-
like
Br-
Bryson's a little bit of a.
Like,
I
was-
can't-
that's
He's
the answer
he's
you
got the
We'll go
Russell Wilson.
D-bag.
He's kind of a
Yeah.
Russell Wilson style play. Like Brooks is kind of a like asshole, but Brooks also backs it up with success. I mean, he's got 5 major victories, which is crazy because he's only won 8 PGA tournaments, like tournament matches, and 5 of them are Masters. So he's just kind of like a Jimmy Butler type player. But yeah, Scotty Scheffler started kind of slow. I think it was even through his first or 1 under through his first 3. On the 4, he had a nasty shot that looked like it landed directly in the water. Kind of just, I mean, from the camera angle, it looked like it just plummeted straight down, which could have jacked up his whole day. And he ends up basically nailing it right on the little side of the bunker where the river's down here. It's right there. And for birdie, he was able to chip that in. And yeah, I mean, just chipped it in like a 22-foot chip. And yeah, that I mean, kind of catapulted the rest of the day for him. He was the best performer of all 3 between Xander Schauffele, Rory McIlroy, and Scott, and obviously Scotty. So he's 6 under, and then you got like Will Zalatoris, who's at 4 under, and a few other guys. The 4 under seems like 4 and 3 seems like the most common outlier right now. So yeah,
One of my favorite things about the
Oh.
Masters is just
Zalatoris
like the
is
real
200.
old people who they just put
What?
real early. Like they
Who
always
Who's
they always
200?
toss like Gary Player and like Tom Watson and like Jack Nicklaus like at 6:45, then just let him play. That's one of the cool things about the Masters is that when you win the Masters, you can play in the actual Masters anytime you want for as long as you live. That's why you see these like old guys who's playing the Masters. Shoot, if I won the Masters, I just use it as a free time to play Augusta every year. I could give two craps about my score. I just have fun and like, shoot, I get to play Augusta again
and go to the dinner and do all that.
Oh, the dinner.
Yeah, I'd break it. I'd break a stick. I'd break a club. Just being honest.
That's got to be a next debate. What would be your Masters dinner?
Yeah, so explain to everybody like how that works. Like the champion gets to pick the dinner for the next year and like what's on it. So what would your Masters champion dinner be?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a great question.
Yeah.
Let's dive in.
Like this can be like a 3. Like I'll let you guys talk, but essentially it's like it's not just like I'd have a cheeseburger, like a steak and fries. Like you can create like
cheeseburger.
That's what
like
Tiger
a 3-course. You could have like a 3 or 4 course like meal. Like you can like do whatever. You could do it like John Rahm. Essentially, like his appetizers was just like I think like 6 or 7 just like small plate tapas that you could just like pick from, and then like for like the main course was just like steak or fish because he's from Spain, so he did tapas. Like it's stuff like that. Like usually it's like significant. Like when Matsuyama won it, it was like a lot of Japanese cuisine that he chose. So yeah, it's an interesting tradition, and only Masters winners can attend the dinner. So I always feel bad because Rory has never won a Masters.
I know.
He's always the what's that in Happy Gilmore, like meet on the 13th green.
Yeah,
and, like the sprinklers just get him. That's how I always just picture Rory. Not poor Rory. The guy has never won the Masters.
Not poor Rory. It's not poor Rory.
It's crazy because we're looking at this
honestly.
and
I
mean golfers like and here's actually I'll put in the picture. Here's the picture of the dinner photo that everyone took, and it's crazy because you see guys like Jordan Spieth, like dude, Jordan Spieth. Don't get me wrong, he's a great golfer. He has sucked for like 4 straight seasons now. I mean, he's not.
Oh man, he had a win last year. On tour.
Okay. I know, but I'm saying for Jordan Spieth level, like stuff, he's kind of struggled. But yeah, I mean, you got Dustin Johnson, guys kind of fell off a cliff.
Jeez, Phil Mickelson looks like he's been pounding Red Bulls all day.
Yeah.
Right. Holy moly! Look at that guy below Phil.
Oh yeah, Phil right there.
Man.
You got
who's the guy below Phil?
Look at Bubba Wallace. Look at Bubba Wallace right there, man. Just
Bubba Watson, that guy.
Dude, Tiger's hairline's looking like Yaya's.
Okay.
Look at this goober. Look at this goober back here.
Dude, Scotty Scheffler. That's the best golfer in the world.
I know.
Scotty Scheffler. Speaking about that, how was that in real life, Diego?
Scotty, it was.
I mean, is it crazy?
The what?
His little shuffle he does.
I mean, I saw him hit a fairway shot where like that leg kick he does sometimes is insane. Like when he wants to hit that draw or hit that slice, like it's crazy, and it's insane that these guys like they bring. I mean, minus John Rahm, like he's got a more compact swing, but just the way these guys like torque their backs, like my back gets hurt like watching them swing. Like you watch like Rory swing. Especially like Rory's a really good example, or like a young Tiger Woods from like 2000 or 2001. Like he rips that like driver back and almost is like it's almost like he throws his back and it's like his hands are just along for the ride.
Yeah, Will Zalatoris is another one of
Queso's
those.
Getting hungry over there.
Doesn't have huge drive power, but his iron power is insane. I was watching
last year.
I was watching, I know, and I was watching his I was watching his irons play today on my lunch, and man, I mean, he just that back, just how much torque goes into it before he's even actually brought his shoulders down to swing is crazy. Like his back is already 90 degrees on the opposite side, and he hasn't even moved his hands to come down and swing on the ball. So, Diego, I know exactly what you're saying because I see that and I'm like, fuck, man, that's why I don't have 190 club head speed. That's why. That's why I'll never have it. That's why I'll never have 100 plus club head.
That's the reason.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about club head. I'm not talking about ball head, right? I'm talking about club head.
Club head speed.
Yeah. Club head speed.
Bald.
Bald head. Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Diego?
Off Kim.
Diego.
I'm
Oh,
not
a little slow.
I'm not-
Sorry, a little slow there. A little slow there. Sorry.
So is I.
Had to talk it out.
Yep. How
You
does
guys are
he
dirty.
So-
You guys are dirty.
okay.
We're live.
Let's get back to the real question. What would you have at your master's dinner?
I know what I do.
I think as
I'm doing
queso,
it.
I should go first.
I'm doing a
Go
single
for it.
course. I'm doing a single course meal. I'm doing turkey and riced cauliflower just to
Oh,
fuck with them
Hell
all.
no.
Jeez.
That would actually be the
screwing them up.
funniest thing in
That
the
would be funny.
I
thing ever.
know it's not like current players that you're playing with, other than like like the Schefflers and the
Oh my-
Speeds and stuff. But just to be like, yeah, this is the new generation, pal. Get used to it. Just cans of like Nos, like the Nos energy drinks,
Oh
and
my
turkey and rice with like broccoli,
No.
steamed broccoli in it. That's a
And like a
perfect.
protein
And-
shake.
And then for dessert,
Yes.
everyone gets a single. And then for dessert, everyone gets like a single handful of hot tamales. Like
A
it's just
Halo
like one
top?
big communal bowl that gets passed
That's what I
around.
was
It's like
gonna say, Halo
it's
top.
one handful.
I'd be so down for
Just
that.
That's
you get to reach into a bag of Stay Puffed marshmallows, and you just get 2 marshmallows. Gelatin is a good calorie burner.
Yeah.
Or a
Oh,
tablespoon of
That's
honey.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead. What kind of fast food are you giving everyone?
I think I'm gonna do only McDonald's Big Macs
Okay.
for
of
like the
course.
main course. No.
Of course.
Do you want my real answer?
Rory McFlurry. Go
Okay.
ahead.
No, I think I would
Rory
do
Eminem. I don't know.
appetizer would be like garlic bread, something with garlic bread,
Ooh, I like that.
and then the main course would be like a porterhouse or like tomahawk steaks, like something just wild, and then probably with like asparagus or something, and then we're gonna do cheesecake
Vegetables?
for dessert.
Dude, you mofo. I was gonna say cheesecake
Yeah.
too. That's
You'll be
crazy.
shitting your brains out on the 9 the next
The
day.
show.
I think
Just destroyed on
But-
the 9 hole.
I will give a fun fact. Like Diego said, when Tiger won in 05, his meal was cheeseburgers, fries, and milkshakes.
That's
Oh, yeah.
wild.
And that
That's a
was it.
billionaire. That's a billionaire's menu
Yeah.
order right
Yeah.
there. That's crazy.
That's
Which I thought was
Right.
kind of
I
interesting.
think
I mean,
it's also
obviously he doesn't pay
Tiger
for it, but
because was that Tiger's what 3rd or 4th at that point?
yeah.
Third.
I bet Tiger was like, yeah, fuck it, cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
here every
Yeah,
year,
fair
like
enough. Yeah.
never get to eat cheeseburgers here. This is the only chance I'm
Yeah.
gonna get. Yeah, I mean, I'll let some other
Honestly-
people talk. Maybe we haven't heard
I'll
from you
go.
guys in a while.
I got one. Okay. I think I would do 12 buffalo wings,
Okay.
some curly fries. I'm not doing no fancy ass
Are you
dinner
doing-
for these bum ass.
Are you doing shed buffalo wings? Are you doing wings?
Yes.
You
Flown in
paid for
from
shed from
okay,
Boise.
okay. Now
From
we're
All
Shed.
the way
talking.
to Augusta.
Now we're
Yeah,
talking.
yeah. I
Shout
got
out
those
local
eyes.
They're
business.
catering. They're catering.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they're catering. They're French fries too. Fire. Maybe
With
a little
ranch?
shamrock shake in there with ranch.
Okay,
Diego?
okay, cool.
You lost
Shamrock
Ranch
shake
in the
wings.
shake?
And a grimace
Lost
shake.
me. You lost me.
You lost me.
Yes.
How? The
With the
shamrock
ranch
shake.
or what?
You were on a good track there until you did the Shamrock Shake.
It's
And a side bowl of chili.
Yes.
Okay.
There we
How
go.
about that?
okay.
Yeah,
Wait,
Yeah,
is it a
yeah.
can? Wait, are you gonna do a can of Wendy's chili? Not, and
No,
that's
that's-
not like
that's
a
the
Wendy's
Riley
joke.
special.
That's not a Wendy's joke. That's not a Wendy's joke. That's like a genuine. You can get a can of Wendy's chili.
Oh, I know. Riley had
Okay.
some in the kitchen the other day.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
get
you
a
can
can,
get a can
of
of-
Wendy's chili
Yes,
he did.
it like Wendy's makes cans of chili.
Yeah.
from the
No,
store.
I
like
looked at
Albertson?
him.
No.
That face
Yes.
you're doing, that face you're doing right now, Zach, is what I had. No, I would make like genuine
How
homemade
much
chili
sodium is in that?
cooked all day. I don't know, probably a lot.
How
Scary
much
amount.
sodium? Oh my god.
It is.
A scary amount.
In one container, it is 17.
You just have a bookmark?
milligrams of sodium. No, I have it pulled up on Walmart.com, dude.
Recent
I typed
searches?
it in. I typed it in. I
That was
I
just quick.
swear.
Yeah, and just saved order.
Okay, who's next? Who's
Guys,
got
order
who's got a pick?
history.
Brody.
I got-
no, I want
I got
Ant.
one.
I want Ant. I want Ant.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want
we
Pepperoni
haven't
pizza,
man.
Coca-Cola, done. Okay.
Pepperoni pizza and
Next.
chicken tendos.
I didn't even
Okay,
get to
go ahead.
speak.
Go ahead.
McDonald's
Go ahead.
cheeseburger,
And a
ketchup
medium
only.
steak.
Hey guys, hey
Bear
guys,
pizza.
hey
You look like
Okay, let's
queso.
go.
Shut up, Yaya.
hey guys, hey guys, hey guys.
Ooh.
Okay.
This podcast isn't called Bowling Ant.
Says
Could
you,
be.
Zach.
Let me know when that
Change
one
the
is.
name.
I got hit with that last week, so I'm hitting all you guys with it.
With what?
Okay, we're gonna start off with some good old garlic bread. You know, we're gonna start off with that.
Okay.
And then we're gonna move over to the tri-tip sandwiches.
Oh.
And then along with the tri-tip sandwiches, I am gonna add it. I'm gonna add some pizza. Any
Yep.
ones that you guys would like,
Okay.
though. Okay.
Okay.
And
What are you drinking?
Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola's all around. And then for
Is it from the
dessert,
fountain?
Rolls in a fountain.
and then
No,
for dessert,
a 34 pack. Sorry.
36 to be exact, actually.
Sorry.
And for dessert, Pizookies.
Oh,
Ooh,
shit.
fire.
Okay.
Actually, you know what?
Ant's
You
dinner's
take
kind
yourself.
of heat.
I think I got
him
one.
cook.
I got mine. I
I
I want to
think.
change.
That was
I
fire.
want to put in a genuine answer for mine, but yeah.
Diego, go ahead. You're the one that came up.
We'll wait
or
for
someone.
Diego.
Yeah. So I think for like my appetizer, I think I'm gonna do a starter instead. So I'm gonna do a soup, and it's gonna be some sort of red meat pozole soup.
Oh my
Um,
god.
Along with the appetizer, I think I'm just gonna do like a smorgasbord of like sushi, like nigiri. So it's gonna be soup and sushi.
Okay.
And then I'm doing a surf and turf. But it's gonna be a weird surf and turf fillet, and then some sort of like maybe. Oh, I'm like, yes, it's gonna be fillet. That's my red meat cut. And then for fish, I'm torn because I don't know. Fuck it, it's mine. So I'm gonna go seared ahi and a fillet as my surf and turf. And then for dessert, I don't know. Oh, I
I
had
can
one,
feel
but I
my
lost
stomach
it.
rumbling as we speak.
I think I have to
Oh
take
no,
a shit.
people are gonna be shitting, man. That's for sure. Like it's a lot of red meat and a lot of fish. That's it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of red meat and it's a lot of fish. Yeah, and then fuck it. Now that we're on the theme of just like making someone shit their pants. So for dessert, we're gonna do an ice cream cake. Why not?
Okay.
Right?
Why not?
An Oreo ice cream
Betty
cake.
Crocker.
Delicious.
Betty Crocker ice cream
Delicious.
cake.
Okay.
I feel like I'd probably like if I'm being genuine, right? Like the turkey would be funny, but if I'm being genuine, I'd probably start out with something like a chips and queso bar with like some fresh tableside guac type stuff, some fresh pico de gallo,
And mashed.
which I know like starts to fit like a kind of a Hispanic style of meal, but I would switch it up. I'd go straight. I would probably do smoked brisket.
Mm.
You could do like sandwiches. I don't know, but you could just do
Coming
smoked
from the guy
brisket.
that doesn't like barbecue.
I love brisket. I don't like prime rib, but I love brisket.
Okay.
I'm going to Kansas City, brother.
I love
And
brisket.
I'm doing that, and I'm probably doing like beef back ribs, like smoked. I don't like baby back, so I'm probably going smoked beef back ribs. And then for dessert, I could stick to the countryside and go like honey cornbread. But I think I'm gonna do like a honey corn. Hold on. I think I'm gonna do like a honey cornbread ice cream, which I've had before, and it is absolutely knock your socks off. It's
What was that?
fantastic.
That's
Honey
okay.
cornbread ice cream.
Chat,
Honey
let us know what you
cornbread
think.
ice cream. It's
Mm.
absolute out of this
I got
world.
one. All right.
Okay.
For mine, I'm starting with chips and salsa and guac, and then we're gonna move
Real original, pal.
bacon wrapped shrimp for the appetizer,
Oh,
and then we're just gonna go straight to barbecue, ribeye, brisket. I honestly might throw some
Badass.
other seafood in there too, like lobster, but maybe like a little surf and turf. And then for dinner,
Okay.
a cobbler.
oh, that wasn't the main meal.
a fresh. Oh wait, excuse me. For dessert, I'm sorry.
Dessert.
For
Okay,
dessert,
okay. I was like,
I'm going
yo.
a fresh cobbler with vanilla ice cream on top.
What kind of cobbler are we talking? Marionberry?
Peach.
See, I like
Peach, 'cause you're in
Marionberry, but I
Georgia.
think I'd go
You're in
peach.
Georgia.
Elderberry.
I think
You're in
I'd go
Peach,
Georgia,
yeah,
too.
yeah. You are in Georgia,
You
yeah.
gotta do
Yeah.
elderberry.
Yep.
That's a solid dessert. I didn't even think of pie. I think
Yeah.
I would
No,
do
once
pie for my
you
Cody.
said
dinner.
that, I'm like,
Is
oh,
your-
dude.
Cody,
Yeah,
is your lips on
pie,
the menu?
pie would be good, yeah. Like a cherry pie and a Marionberry, yeah.
Okay, stop glazing.
Cody with
Go ahead,
that
Cody.
pudding pie. Anyways.
So I just kind of have all, just a bunch of different items, but fried catfish nuggets. Gotta have them. Gotta have them. Cajun seasoned fries.
Of course.
Homemade cornbread. Can't be that dry ass motherfucking shit. It's gotta be moist with a side of butter
It gotta
ready to
be
get melted. Loaded,
Okay.
loaded baked potato skins. Fire. Yo, dude, loaded potato, dude, Cattleman
I forgot.
special right there.
I was about to say
Um,
it. The Cattleman's bread and butter. That's got to
Just
be
bear
start
balls.
with the Cattleman
Bear
sourdough.
balls.
A nice
Bear
cold
ball.
Fanta, ice cold Fanta, dude, straight out of the bottle onto some ice into a cup, and then for dessert,
I
dude,
tried so hard.
probably go with oh geez, I don't know, dude. There's a lot of good desserts out there.
Yeah, there.
What you say now, Junior?
Might have to go with some homemade fresh sea salt sprinkled chocolate chip cookies. Right when they get out of the oven, man, sprinkle a little sea salt on them.
I
Simple.
like
Big
that.
old chocolate chips,
Simple.
dude. Fire
This
stuff.
isn't
Oh,
Grandma's
Gatsby's
house.
wet food.
This is the Masters.
Gatsby's wet food is still on the side too.
Brisket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That brisket.
Brisket sounds so good right now.
I think
It really does.
I think for drinks too. I
grab
think
Cody.
for a wine,
Okay.
I'd probably do some sort of like Wenti Red, like one of the better ones they had from Wenti because of Livermore. I think I'd do like a semi fuck with them, but like semi like
That's my kitty.
maybe a semi F with and semi like this is me. I think I'd serve like some sort of like Pilsner, like a light beer for like if people want a beer. And then just have like Jägermeister just to like be like fuck it. If you want to have some Jägermeister.
Wait,
Just like a
question,
keg.
does this
Why not?
question does this dinner take place before or after it starts?
I think it takes place
The Masters.
Tuesday night, so I think you have a
Yeah.
day to like
Okay.
recoup.
Recoup.
Mhm.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say because I was like, you could mess with your
Please don't
like
mess this.
competition, but
Just do a bunch
not
of
supposed to be like
Master
that, though.
Master's
It's
dinner
like-
is
Yeah, no,
just
it's fair.
mozzarella sticks and 17,000 Coors Lights.
and corn
One
dogs.
single green olive. Just make it like
Yeah.
a last meal order.
Yeah.
A Bible and and like a green olive. That's what you have. To
I feel
eat.
like that's a
Yes.
good question.
Mozzarella
though, like-
sticks, pizza, Coca-Cola.
just a Sherry's
Anthony's
all-star
diet.
platter.
2 cheeseburgers, ketchup only, Coca-Cola, day old fries,
Cobb
Mozzarella
salad.
bear
stick.
pizza.
Do a Cobb salad from Applebee's.
No.
That
If we're
was
doing salad, I
pro-
got to do a Thai beef. If we're
We
doing
need
salad, I got to
we
do a
need
Thai
Coke
beef.
sponsor just for
You were
Ant.
just bringing out the most
need
random
a what?
things right now, man.
We need
Soup
a Coke
and a Thai
sponsor
beef
just for
salad.
Ant.
That is a
Well,
Oh my
okay,
god, I
so
would love
actually-
a Coca-Cola
Crazy
sponsor.
appetite.
Give me clam.
So
I want
I'm
clam
thinking about
chowder
it, Zach,
soup.
and I'm gonna change my entree. I think to fit the theme better. I'm going tamales, and I'm doing a green chile verde pork and a red sauce beef.
Oh,
So I'm
I
gonna
like
do
that.
tamales, and
Yeah.
then I have to think of something else for
Yeah,
the
brother.
main course that I can't think of yet. But I think because then it would fit the theme of like pozole to tamales.
Did you like burrito tacos or
that.
something?
No, I would not do burrito tacos.
Drinks,
Bourbon peach
cocktail,
smash.
bourbon peach smash, non-alcoholic peach iced tea, not unsweetened. This is F in Georgia. Yep.
Yeah.
Beer, Tapakui. What is that? Total
Was
Cali.
that gas?
IPA.
Trop.
Georgia
Georgia.
brew. Okay.
A
Oh, shit,
micro
my
brew.
I
keep
dig that.
doing
Like a
that.
whole like
It's
Georgia
trop.
theme.
I like that.
I
like
do
that.
like Keaton's idea though of just like effing with them. Just be like, yeah, for Masters, today, just like
Happy Meal.
we're having bratwursts and no,
Yeah.
not even bratwursts. Like, what will be the funniest like Masters dinner that you could get away with?
Like an appetizer
think
would be like a protein shake.
Anything. I think like anything, but then like for your alcohol,
mashed
just be like,
potatoes.
fuck it, just nothing but Michelob Ultras. Like that's what you get to drink for water. You either get water or you get Michelob Ultra.
Yeah.
Like,
Or, like,
no
Tally
no
or something.
sodas, no cokes, no teas, no bourbons. Just like Michelob Ultra, and then like pair it with something like super random, like Michelob Ultra and a
Don
beef
Julio.
Wellington.
Yeah.
Well,
Beef Wellington. Okay.
Beef Wellington.
That'd be-
crazy. I have a question
That's
for you
wild.
guys. Let's
Yeah.
say us 6 did a 6-man scramble. What's the best score we're shooting on Augusta?
Oh god.
Augusta?
I don't think
Best
I think
score?
we're above
Do you think we
par.
could
I
break
definitely think
100?
we're no. Wait, scramble? So that means
Yes.
okay. So
All
we're
six
just
of
playing
us do.
everyone's best shot,
On
and we're
Augusta.
playing.
Yes.
And are we playing from the pro tees?
Yes.
Oh,
It's like we're playing
toast.
against Tiger Woods.
We're
We're toast.
It's
we're
like we're playing
host.
against
We're-
Tiger
Sean
we're
Gillis
so
said
hard.
this sounds. Sean Gillis said this sounds so gross. Talking about our meals, I think it was a while ago. I didn't see it. Anyways, onward.
Do you think we
Sorry,
could break
what were we
100?
saying? Oh, yes, I do. Think about
We have
best
6
ball, like,
chances on every shot.
all 6 of us get a shot. Like we're on one team.
No, we essentially play best ball. So we
Okay,
all
yes.
tee off.
Yes.
Let's say
Yes.
Anthony hits the best shot. Then we all tee off from Anthony's. And then
Exactly.
you hit the best shot, Sean. And then
Yep.
we
How
all
does
have
that
to
yes.
chip. And then I hit the best chip. And then we all have to putt from there.
No.
And then
And
Cody
yeah.
hits
who
the
seems to
putt or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we
All
could
6
break.
of us?
I think we could be
Not
on
breaking
par, if
par.
not maybe +2.
No,
Yes, we
I
are.
don't think
we're
there's a
not.
chance. If,
No way.
if we're playing from the pro tees, there's not a chance we
yeah.
break par. I
No.
think maybe we could break.
If we broke 80, we would be lucky. If
Yeah.
not 90.
Fair.
I think
Fair.
we'd barely break 90. I truly think we would not even maybe low 90s,
It would
like
be
from the
very,
pro
very
tees.
difficult.
Now, if we played from the regular
Hey.
tees, if they had a version of the blue tees,
Yo.
I think we could get higher.
Yeah.
But playing from the pro tees at Augusta,
Tyler, do you hear
plus
the question?
those greens are so tough, so tough.
Now, if we add all of
Playing
us, though,
a
including
7-man
T.
scramble, right?
I still don't.
We're at Augusta.
I still don't think we
Hold on,
break
hold on.
90. I still don't think we break 90.
With T. Lou now, though?
I don't think we break
yes,
100.
I think we could.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what I said.
the
No
pro
chance.
tees,
Oh,
that
it's pro tees, though, I
course,
forgot.
Yeah.
the elevation
Pro tees
cheese.
are diff, yeah.
I think you guys are underestimating
everything.
how difficult of a golf course Augusta National is. Especially when it's ready for the Masters. You might not make a putt all day. You might not hit a
True.
green all day. If you're playing from the tips,
That is
Are we
true.
doing
Because you also have
in
to
those
think.
bunkers, too. Imagine us in the bunkers or in the rough. We might
Well,
not be getting out.
I'm
We're not
also
gonna
just
play that
thinking
ball.
we're gonna have to play
What if that's the
215-yard par threes with the hardest greens in the world that we're trying to hit.
Yep.
I think Tyler might be right. We might break 100 if we can pull it together.
Yeah.
today,
I
Mhm.
saw a whole
Today,
day.
the
It was a
300
par 4 and it was 490 yards. That's a bogey. That's a bogey.
Yeah.
Jason Day,
That's
Jason
a
Day
bogey
did
at best.
365-yard drive today and still had to hit it to the green.
Yeah.
Still had 200 feet left to approach.
I think we could break 100.
Artemis.
If we're doing a
it'd be
7-man
up in the air. It'd be so up
We're
in the
doing
air.
we're all prepared for this. It's a trip. We're going to Augusta.
Diego, right?
I mean, you just got to think
Yeah.
just in terms of I think Tyler brings up a good point.
Maybe
Just
this is
length.
foreshadowing. Future
I could
Yeah,
hit my
that's right.
first. I could pure my drive off the tips, and we're still going to be 200 plus out on a lot of par fours at that course.
Mhm.
What
A
about the
lot.
whites? Let's play our brand.
Straight. So eventually
We hit
we're
from
going
the
to be
whites.
free.
Yeah,
I still don't think we break the 90s.
No, I don't
From
think
the
we
white.
break 100. I mean, I'm just saying, watching today, Tiger Woods had hit a stinger out of the trees to land it into the bunker to give himself a shot at the green. Do you know, his strategy was to hit it into the bunker. We're never going to get out of the bunker.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 99. Going into that, I definitely think the goal, the goal would be, hey, let's try to break 100, and we got maybe you say 30, 35% shot of doing that with the 7-man scramble of breaking 100.
7-man. Yeah.
I would give us
Ah,
15.
7-man best ball.
It is so
7-man
flat.
best.
I know,
Yeah.
but Deeks, think about it. You're the
No, I
best.
know, I
You're
know.
probably the best golfer in here, right?
Shit, yeah, you're right. Fuck, yeah, we're screwed. Yeah,
How far do you carry your driver? How far do you carry your driver?
carry. All right, so I gotta do the Wenti. Perfect. Just no wind. I could probably get high 200s.
Okay,
high
so you're
200.
thinking 260, 270?
Yeah, we're fucked.
Probably 270, 275, 280.
Okay, let's
That's
imagine
about
on
my
par
drive.
5. Once you hit that shot, We
You have to
still
do it
have
again.
to play a par 5 from wherever your drive lands. Like we still have to
Yeah.
play the rest of
Off the
the
deck.
par 5.
Off the deck.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Oh, my God.
I've done
Yeah.
a 4-man
Oh my
scramble,
God.
and we've gotten. I think we did 4 under. And this is at a medium
Yeah,
golf
Warm
course
Springs?
in Nampa.
Yeah, that's at Warm Springs playing from the Whites.
I know. That's 4 under. That is 4 under.
Warm
Which is
Springs has a
70
par 3
something.
that's 98 yards, brother.
Okay, listen. 4 under. This was not Warm
56,
Springs.
smooth.
No. Okay, listen. 72 is par there at this course. We went 4 under, 4-man scramble. We were playing with Zooch. Love you, Zooch, but you can't hit a ball for shit. So it was essentially a 3-man scramble. And I don't know. I think it's a lot more realistic than we think.
Okay.
There's
Think
like
about it.
5
Break
levels
one
of okay.
Seven-
There's like
72
5 levels of course
par,
between
right?
Warm Springs and Augusta. Maybe like 50.
A 72
Warm Springs, great Muni,
we
but
would have to bogey
Wasn't Warm
and then
Springs.
double bogey every hole.
shit.
Every other hole we'd have to bogey then double bogey. And obviously we
Oh,
could do better.
yeah.
That would be the pace.
yeah, we're screwed.
Like,
Yeah,
if we
we're so
double bogey
screwed.
Every single hole we'd be
Screwed.
done.
Let me give
Yeah.
you guys some numbers real quick. Let me give you
We're
some
all from the
stats.
Whites.
John Rahm,
Out of
who
Augusta.
is one of the greatest golfers alive, is +1 after just playing around at Augusta. He went over. I'll give you another one.
Dang,
Let's
dude.
go. Jordan Spieth, who's won this tournament before. 2 over through today.
Okay, so he's at what?
Ricky
74,
Fowler,
75?
who's +4. Gary
That's
Woodland,
tough, yeah.
who's also won this tournament, is +4.
I think, yeah, I definitely think maybe not from pro tips. We could do it, but pro tips, yeah. The more I think about it, I think pro tips
Yeah,
we
pro
don't.
tips would be tough.
Yeah, we don't have a shot.
Be real tough.
I think. Well, it would be. I think Augusta's tough. What I want to. Now this is Tyler because Tyler, have you played Pebble?
I've not played Pebble. I've played Spyglass and Poppy Hills. Poppy Ridge.
So
Hills, Poppy
I
Ridge.
think it's different, but they're the same. It's the NCGA
Yeah.
people. Oh my gosh, I almost went East Bay news again with stuff that doesn't matter outside of the East Bay, but
They're shutting that course down.
yeah. I'm not going to talk about how they're going to shut the course down to make it. Yeah, but I think Pebble.
Come on,
Pebble,
Diego. You want to get
I would.
into it.
All right. Oh, all right. So Poppy Ridge and Livermore, they're closing 18 of the holes down for about a year and a half to redo it to try to make a championship tournament level course to try to get like college and Corn Ferry events. All right, that's it. But I think like a better like 7-man scramble this group trying to break 100 would be from Pebble. No, but even Pebble that rough would get us because that rough is we would lose balls hitting into the fairway off that rough.
It's like I think the best thing we can do, Diego, is the tips at Wente would be the best.
Yeah, tips at Wente, and even that's tough. Like Wente's, it's a challenging course for the non-professional golfer.
Yeah, but I've broken 100 there before, so I know it can be done by me.
Yeah, I've broken. Wait, you've broken 100 from the tips?
No, not from the tips. Are you fucking insane?
I haven't broken 100 from that course from the tips either. So, geez. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think like Tyler said, if just going, if it actually might be if we could ever get like all of us together, like we could play 4-man scrambles from like the tips at like a Muni and just see how well we did, and then from there we would have a better.
Okay, let's do it for my birthday again.
Oh no, sorry, I'm getting confused. Zach, what the fuck are you doing?
Nothing.
Good. Just being Looney Tunes, you know. Well, all right. Well, we're at an hour and a half, fellas. I think that was some good convo. Does anyone have anything to add before we sign out?
One more.
Yeah.
East Bay News here.
Congrats to Hat 13 for winning the Settle Down Live tournament. Huge shout out to Hat 13. Actually, I think I'm gonna send you your Venmo like right after the show. So you've contacted us. Shout out Hat 13.
Ricky Pomerantz is the full name.
Ricky Pomerantz is the full name. Hat 13 had UConn. I think he was like the 99th 0.5 percentile
He was 132,000 ranked.
out of like millions. So yeah,
Yes, I was like 2 million. So
I had a perfect bracket. I just forgot to upload it.
Yeah, okay, bud.
Right.
So yeah, shout out
Michigan-
Ricky.
Michigan
You will be
A&M
getting your
won.
prize. Thank you for the your patience, but that
I
prize will
told
be
him
coming to you soon.
three business days. So
And it's been 2.
But yeah,
So we
but for anyone that missed it, one last shout out for Cody and Tilu with their new show coming up.
Fire.
We'll discuss and release when the dates are when that starts. So not quite sure yet the exact date, but we will let you guys know. So follow us on Instagram so you can find out. Zach, what's so funny? You want to share with the
You just
classroom?
missed Cody. You just missed Cody completely. Cody,
I didn't do anything.
you want to give us a little summary of what you did?
I don't know what you're talking about, bud.
You got the
Okay,
floor.
we'll watch it again on live. I'll edit it.
Oh yeah, that's a lie. Let's
Keep the clip
rewind.
coming.
Yeah, we can clip it. We can clip it.
David, you pull it up.
Yeah, chat. All right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna sign us off now because that was something else.
Please like and
But-
subscribe for that one.
Yep. Thanks everyone for watching. Go follow us on everything. The names are all down there. If you see underneath Tyler's head, go follow us there. Sub to us on YouTube. All that shit. Grind to 1,000 by the end of the
Yeah.
year. We will hit it. We're almost at 300.
Get
So
after it.
thank you for everyone that watched, and is watching right now. And we will
Like,
see you
share,
guys next time.
subscribe.
Yep. All
peace,
that fun
peace.
stuff.
Thank y'all.
Later.
Thank
Wait,
you.
We got 2 comments I want to read. Tilu appearance from Keaton. Okay.